Welcome to 13 Minutes of News. In 13 minutes or less. Today, you guys, I'm in a different room of the house. You can obviously tell. If anybody can tell me who that is, not the team, not the fact that he's hoisting the Stanley Cup, but even though it's in cinematic mode, it's blurred. Put it down in the comments if you know who that is, because there's a reason why he's up on the wall now for this setting. I won't use this setting much, but maybe. Right now, some of our things are changed around, so Para works, guys. Para works. Para does work. No, but Para works. We're live in 8 cities. I know that I had said I thought we went about 18 to 20, and we actually went about 14, I think, something like that. But a few of them are not populated yet. So we are 8 cities, though. And I do want to put it into perspective for everybody, because 6 months ago, we were in one city. We were in San Francisco and outskirts Sacramento going towards San Francisco. So San Francisco, the Bay Area, and then if you know that area, like Fairfax, Walnut Creek, and a little over towards Sacramento. But we considered that one market, the San Francisco Bay Area. It would be actually considered the Bay Area expanded, I would think, because once you move outside of just Oakland, Berkeley, and the surrounding areas, like Marin County and South San Francisco, and you start getting into Walnut Creek and stuff, I think you're moving more towards Sacramento. So we had a little more there, but I'm going to call it the Bay Area. That was just one market, okay? And now we're in 8, one of which is Denver. And so I'm out here trying to really push it and get it moving. And make sure you're checking out the Para panels. They premiere every Tuesday. And we got some really good ones coming up, you guys. We got Sergio and Chris from the Rideshare Guy. We got Trader, Dashing Trader, Kim's Side Money Plans, and Pedro DoorDash Santiago for a look at the past year of DoorDash. And these also include David Pickerel and I on all of them. And they're on the Para Gig Smarter channel. So if you put in Para, you see a bunch of stuff. So the easiest way is either you can go to Rideshare Rodeo site, which you're seeing this on, and click Community tab, and I'm sure you can find a Para link in there somewhere to their YouTube channel if you aren't already subscribed. But we've been really pushing doing this weekly content. We get some great guests. And we're going to be talking about, like I said, the DoorDash timeline. And, Kim has been a top dasher for a few months. She has stopped now. Pedro, no tip, no trip. There's no way he's ever trying for top dasher. And then Trader, who has, worked, he works in South Dakota. And I think he's mixed a bit of everything, kind of like Kim. But Kim went for that top dasher for a while. So I think that's going to be a good conversation and hopefully put some of that stuff to rest, because going into the new year, I don't want to hear top dasher anymore. And I don't want to hear about Diamond Program. Like, yes, let's talk about the real content. But that content has gotten so old that I think even DoorDash knows, while these YouTube people just recirculate this stuff left and right about DoorDash. And if it, makes me wonder, well, what are they really planning? Like, if they're willing to say, yeah, let those guys keep saying all that stuff. Not that they would do anything and shut little creators down on their magnitude scale, but provocative. Anyway, guys, I really quickly want to run through a few things. Crazy week for me. If you didn't see, I won't run the whole story here because I talked about it on Thursday on the roundtable. I talked about it last night on tncradio.live, which we simulcast the radio show on my YouTube channel. We talked about it there. Was my curry earnings for December 1st. I've got them in my community tab posts. You guys can check them out there. It was quite the day, and please leave comments. A lot of people have. It's a very active string right now with a lot of people that I like to chat with too. So there's a lot of different comments and different takes and perspective, but I'd like to know what you guys think on the earnings and the breakdown. It's all in there. So, but moving ahead, I want to talk to you guys. So this is interesting to me because payments.com, and that's PYMNTS.com. Great place to get news, gig news and stuff too, just like ridesharerodeo.com, which will redirect you at this point to the older site. But I am building Rideshare Rodeo out hopefully by the new year. But if not, shortly after. It might be in early January because that's when I'll have some time anyway. But trying, we'll see. But Payments they're a great publication too, and they do a ranking every month where they do a score of 0 to 100 and rank the top 15 gig apps in order. And so I just want to share this with you. I'm going to run through it real quick. You guys can hit. Normally, we speed some videos up. Even you might want to hit like half, 3/4 speed on this because I'm just literally going to run through them, and then I'll say a quick thing. But so let me start at the back, or no, I'll start at the top. So number 1 with a score of 95, Uber. Number 2 with a score of 93, DoorDash. Number 3 with a score of 82, Instacart. Number 4 with a score of 75, FlexAlert. Number 4, tied with FlexAlert with a score of 75, Fiverr. Number 5 with a score of 62, Grubhub. Number 6, Upwork with a score of 61. Number 7 with a score of 55, TaskRabbit. Number 8 with a score of 53, Lyft. Number 9 with a score of 48, Freelancer. Number 10, making its debut in the top 10, is Wanalo with a score of 36. Number 11 with a score of 35 is Snagajob. Number 12 with a score of 25 is Thumbtack. Number 13 with a score of 20 is Jobble. Number 14 with a score of 18 is Gigwalk. And number 15 with, did I say 4? I meant 14. Number 15 with a score of 16 is People Per Hour. People Per Hour sounds weird. We were talking about that last night. Don't really like that name. But I want to leave it to you guys to look into that a little bit because, here's some change. Here's every month they do this. So Amazon Flex changed 6 points going up and moving up in its position. Freelancer went up 6 points going up to its new score of 48. Wanalo went up 4 points to its new score of 36. Jobble down 4. Thumbtack down 3. Lyft Driver down just 1 from 54 last month to 53. But this is a good thing. I'll put the link into the show notes here so you guys can come back here and see their gig economy monthly update. They put it out on the 1st every month. So good stuff. But now here's real quick something. I was trying to debate. There's a bunch of stories going around, but this is what I think is most important for us to talk about because of the new year coming. And as the holidays approach, we're going to be talking about a bunch of other subjects too and trying to earn better and whatnot. But what do I always think is most important? I tell you guys all the time, even if it's subtle, sometimes it's not. So no, it's not autonomous and ending that. It's not these companies doing this, that, the other. It's not a lot of the things that we talk about all the time, but I talk about it quite a bit or as often as I can. And no, it's not safety either. It is what is happening with the gig economy in different states in the United States. California, AB5, I'll make this quick, guys. Prop 22, totally different story. That's still something they're doing out there. None of the states that are changing over will look exactly like that model. Washington State will look pretty close, and New Hampshire will be a crazy state to watch. Massachusetts. Massachusetts House Bill 1234, and yes, that's its number, is a real mess. And the fact that they're going to start unionizing January 1st is a very scary thing. But we will see what push comes to shove in a state does to the gig companies. Will any leave? This is the actual ultimate worst scenario. So let's see. Boston is in Massachusetts, and that's a big, big market for all these giants. But here's what I want to put into perspective. We've talked about the movie The Gig Is Up before. If you haven't seen it, it's 90 minutes. It's a documentary. It's worth watching because they show around the world. It doesn't exactly sit with my values of being an independent contractor. And yes, Roy, an independent contractor. I got lots of work outside the gig apps, so I am a true independent contractor. And I think Roy knows that, but just for his employee joke, shout out to Roy, who has a premiere show today. I can't endorse it yet because I haven't seen it, but I will be there to check it out because I'm looking forward to it. I believe it's on Roy's channel. It's at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So I'm just telling you when. I'm not endorsing it yet. Gotcha, Roy. But I'm going to go check it out. Check it out, guys. But anyway, back to the news. Mexico gig workers are going to get Social Security. And I don't mean to sound like, wow, like this might sound crazy to some of you. Maybe some of you knew. I've checked with a bunch of people this week. Most really didn't know about this, but Mexico has Social Security. I did not know that. I really didn't. That's no rip on anything. I just didn't think they had a system even like that in place for when you retired. I thought it was more based on savings and the low cost of living, even in nice areas of Mexico. But they are actually gig workers, are probably going to start grabbing Social Security from Uber and the delivery apps and such in the new year. Tokyo has moved to a union model. That's pretty crazy, you guys, and it's pretty groundbreaking, so stay with me here. Next week, we're going to dive into this at least for 2-3 minutes of this, and I'll give you just the full readout. But then India is sticking with the gig economy model and really pushing against any unionization. So this is the world doing what a lot of our states are doing. No, we want gig work here. And this. The last thing I want to mention here is an article that you can find on ridesharerodeo.com, which will redirect you at this point to uberlyftdrivers.com, but soon that will be fixed and will be a subdomain. But there's an article that I have up that was posted on November 30th. Could reclassification of gig workers result in job loss? It's not a very long read, but I challenge all of you to go read it. And please leave some comments leave some comments down below on what you think about this article and your takeaway from it. I really would be interested. So I would appreciate it. Until next week, that's 13 minutes of news in 13 minutes or less. Peace!